This is AVIOT, Atypical Voices in Our Time, the official podcast of Chemistry Productions. That's spelled K3MISTRY Productions, a media education company.
So go a little something like this. That's AVIOT.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is the AVIOT podcast. I am your gracious co-host, Jay Stokes, joined by Koya and Jay Random. What's up, everybody?
Hey, guys.
What's going on?
What's going on is more and more drama, more and more police shootings, more and more Black Lives Matter. Now, the latest victim is Mr. Jacob Blake. Jacob Blake. He's a black man that was shot 7 times in the back by police officers. I believe he was in Wisconsin. Is that true? Wisconsin?
Yes.
He was in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Basically, he was trying to break up, just to give the cliff notes, he was trying to break up a fight between 2 black women. Cops were involved. He went back to his car. The cops followed him to his car. He had his kids in the car, and pop, shot in the back 7 times. Now he is paralyzed from the waist down. Thank God he's still alive, but his quality of life is not great. I want to know y'all thoughts on the matter, and where do y'all stand with police officers and this whole Black Lives Matter movement in general?
Oh, man.
Corey, you go first.
I mean, at this point, it's sad, but I don't know. It's like our new reality. Like every day you hear something about black people getting hurt by the cops, beat up, shot, whatever the case is, just for being black. Like he was trying to help out other people, but just because he's black and he's a man, he's automatically seen as aggressive, and they fear him naturally, and those were the consequences, I guess. It's messed up, though. I feel bad, but I don't know. It's our reality at this point, sadly. But I do think that we do need to defund the police, and they need to have a better criteria in order for you to be a police officer. Like if you're fearful of people just because of how their skin looks, like you need to find another job. It's not for you.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's sad.
Piggyback off of that.
I'm just used to it.
I totally agree. If this is not the job for you, then it's okay to find the desk job, because you can't be fearful off of stereotypes, not knowing the situation and automatically thinking that all black people are aggressive and dangerous. When in reality, you're the one that is dangerous because you are the ones with the gun. So
Right.
you already got more power
thugs
than we do. So yeah, exactly. What are you afraid of? You have the gun. You know, you already have
7 times.
7 times. Like, come on, man.
Pulling
That
on his
super
shirt.
kill.
I mean, pulling
Like,
on
that
his shirt was
ridiculous.
enough. That could have got him out the car. Pulling on his shirt and taking him. You shot him 7 times. No weapon,
With
nothing
kids
in
in the
sight.
car.
His back was to you. So obviously he wasn't coming
Yeah.
towards you to where you should even be fearful. Like,
Yeah, it just
none
makes
of
you
it
think
makes
about
sense.
Michael
It's 'cause
Brown
he's
again.
black.
Yeah, exactly. It makes you think about Mike Brown again. I mean, we all knew just by the projection of the guns that his back was turned. And it's just cops, man. They just really need to be held accountable for these type of bad things that they're doing to us. Bad things is a bad word to use, but
Evil,
you know,
wicked.
evil, wicked things that they're doing to us. Yes, because when it's all said and done, I think until we start hitting them in their pockets and hitting them with stiff jail time, even life in prison, whatever the case may be, and I believe things will change because they would think twice. And for those who say, well, then cops are not going to do their jobs, well, guess what? They should get fired like anyone else who don't do their job.
Yes.
It's not that hard. Only thing we're telling you is to make sure that pulling out your gun to shoot anyone, but let's be specific, us,
Negroes
should not be the first thing you do. Should not. You know, and I'm tired of seeing on clips when you see the same situation, but the skin complexion is different now.
And they be having guns. They be having guns and knives pointed at
or they be
police
chasing the
officers.
cops.
Yep.
Yeah.
The 17-year-old that killed the people the other day?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. In case you didn't know, everyone, there were protests in Wisconsin following the shooting of Jacob Blake. It was in Kenosha, Wisconsin, yes. I believe. And so what happened was there was this white guy. He came out and started shooting people, and he killed 2 people.
17, right?
17-year-old Illinois resident. So he's not even from Wisconsin, he's from Illinois. He came there to go incite violence, and he shot up people, and he was taken into custody alive.
Wow.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah. Great. But the funny thing is,
They just arrested him today.
Didn't see it. I know. Hearsay, we didn't see it, but an eyewitness, which was a white guy, basically said that the shooter actually went behind the police barricade and talked to the cops.
Yeah.
And the cops told him, thank you for being out there on their end.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, listen, this is my thing. Enough is enough. I am tired. And I know you guys are too, but I am tired. And I'm so happy that the NBA, the WNBA, and Major League Baseball did the same thing. don't play a game tonight. This shit is real.
Yes, they're
this
boycotting.
Is something that we, what happened?
They're boycotting, sparked by the Milwaukee Bucks. Sparked by the Milwaukee Bucks, NBA players will not be playing tonight. Neither will the WNBA. And now you just said MLB, so I didn't know. Baseball.
But the funny thing is, before the Bucks was even talking about this, the Celtics and the Toronto Raptors, they were contemplating canceling. So I'm pretty sure tomorrow games will be canceled too. Because we think about it, this is traumatizing for Black people, and it's already
just Black people
bad that we. Yeah, and it's already bad. We got to go to work every day, smile at people's faces and shit. Like, nobody got time for that.
Nope.
I ain't smiling anymore.
No, I'm saying, but this imagine basketball players. They gotta now go to work and dribble the ball. They're like, man, I'm tired of this shit. I'm taking the day off.
Real talk. People owe Kyrie Irving and other people like George Hill, they owe them an apology because they were saying, why do we need to bring the NBA back anyways? I understand that Stephen A. Smith and others on ESPN today were saying, oh, well, by bringing the NBA back, people can have their voices amplified. But here's the thing. We've been talking about this stuff forever. There is no change that has come from talking about it. Anything in America that has changed has come about through violence and through repercussions. So in order for change to finally occur, we need to pinpoint the issue and deal with the issue, which is these rogue police officers, these institutions. People need to be penalized. Police officers, if you shoot and you kill unarmed Black people, you need to go to jail for life. It is what it is. You need to be treated like any other citizen. You are not above the law. You are the law, but you're not above the law. We have it written in our Constitution. We have it written in the laws that govern the land. No one should be getting away with this nonsense unless there is a plan to eradicate Black people, because it seems like that's what it is. Because cops, they can kill Black people with impunity, and they know they're getting away with it. So it seems like it's a plan to exterminate us. So there needs to be something done. That's the problem. Yeah, go ahead.
That's the problem with the whole thing. There's no consequence. And everybody keeps saying, well, all lives matter, all lives matter. Obviously, they don't, because Black people are the only people that if they get killed in cold blood by police officers or, if a police officer does it, no worries. You're on leave for 2 weeks. Somehow it go away. You get acquitted. There's no consequences. Right. There is no consequence. If Tyrone shoot Pookie, he's going to jail.
Yes.
Under it, possibly. That's not right.
But if Officer Carl shoots Pookie, Officer Carl gets a retirement plan and probably a pat on the back saying, that's another Negro gone. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the sad part is Pookie could be doing nothing. Pookie could be walking in an alley, minding his business. Pookie could be going to the store, coming back with the headphones on.
Work, anywhere.
Yeah. Anywhere you put it, a Black person.
It's because Pookie's skin is brown and we're Black.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So personally,
no matter what we do.
Yeah, so exactly. So today at work, I wasn't really in the mood. Like, this shit is tiring, man. And I just can't wait until someone steps up, meaning, because it can't, we can say all we want to say, but our politicians have to put it into law, what Jay Stokes is saying. I mean, if you're not going to say for life, then damn it, at least treat a cop like how you do citizen, meaning if a regular citizen shoots someone and kills them, right? Boom, what happens to them? They have a trial, they're found guilty, they go to jail for a long time. That's the same thing that should happen to a cop. Because until we start making these cops accountable for the shit that they're doing, they're going to continue to do it because there's no repercussions. And why should they stop if they do not have to pay for it? And they have to start paying for it. We got to go in their pockets. We got to go to the police unions as far as their, what I mean by the police union is their credit unions, their retirement funds. We got to start impacting that shit. And I guarantee you, when we start messing with their retirement, shit is going to change. Because I'm telling you, money talk.
Well, the problem is the whole system is messed up, though. So we don't even have, how do we get to the point where we can, have some type of effect on their retirement? Because the people that allow them to get away with it have the same mindset as them. That's why nothing ever happens. So, what is, what do we do?
No, I totally agree.
That's the other frustration. It's
you're right.
None of us are in a position.
No, you're right. None of us is in a position. There's also, everything is ruled by a vote. What I mean by that is somebody can have a legislation to do what we say should be done, right? Put on the floor, and now everybody got to vote on it. So now you got to deal with everybody else, their mindset, their district, and that's when the water get muddy, and that's why a lot of laws don't pass.
And
so
also,
right, I don't know.
To add to that, I'm glad you're mentioning voting because everybody's like, yeah, that's why we need to vote. Here's the thing. People, including myself and us on this podcast, we need to be educated about everybody who is running for re-election or having a campaign in different elections that come about. We have to educate ourselves on people other than just the presidents because it's not just about the presidency. It's about people in the Senate. It's about people in the House of Representatives. It's about people who are mayors. It's about people who govern different districts. It's about all of that. And we really need to understand everybody's policies, and we got to understand where their mindset is regarding these police unions, regarding police brutality, regarding all of that. And the sooner we start addressing this and start, like Koya said, defunding the police. Defunding the police doesn't mean take away their money and allow criminals to run wild. No. Defunding the police means taking away money that would go towards like AK-47s, all this unnecessary weaponry, and taking that money and investing in communities towards education, towards mental health services, towards training police officers in how to respond to different scenarios, because these police officers aren't educated. Most of them are not educated. No, they don't know how to deal with different communities. I also think that we need to have Black people police Black districts from now on. I know that Black cops can be just as corrupt, but I'll take my chances with a black cop over a white cop.
Well, understand this, though. The problem with this is what you just said. Is at the end of the day, regardless of what color they are, they still got a quota to fill. Because I remember watching a documentary. It's about, it was these 12 or so Black and Hispanic cops in New York. And they actually made a documentary. They basically blew the whistle on the NYPD and how corrupt they were. And they were always meeting the minorities. They stayed in the minority areas, but they had a quota to fill. And when they didn't do that quota, they got reprimanded all the time. So there's still quotas to be made. So just keep that in mind as far as this many arrests type thing. So
but that you don't need someone too. Like why?
Yeah, I was about to say that. So we got to make sure we get the right person in, meaning we'll need a Black person that's going to still follow the quota. We need a Black person that's going to stand up and be like, I'm not arresting these people if they're not doing anything. But we don't have a lot of those either. So I understand what you're saying. We do need us to police us, but we also, all kinfolk, all skinfolk ain't kinfolk. So we got to keep that in mind.
Yeah, we learned that. Perpetrators. We learned that from the RNC.
Oh, did we? Who watched that last night?
From the Republican National Convention. Coy, have you seen all of these, we'll say, traitors that are supporting Trump and the Republicans? I say traitor not because they have a different set of beliefs, but because they are truly delusional. They're truly delusional in what they're saying.
Truly delusional. Mm-mm. Did you watch it, Coy?
No, I didn't see it.
Educate us, Random. Educate us out here.
You will be the one that's going to educate us. I'm just going to throw out blurbs because I forget people's names because you and I were talking about it today.
Herschel Walker.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Herschel Walker, you know Herschel Walker, right? He's a football player.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, he's a Heisman Trophy, well-known football player. And he is Donald Trump's friend, he says, for 37 years. And Donald Trump had him basically just read a line talking about, I'm appalled and it hurts my spirit for people to think that I've been a friend to a racist man for 37 years. I'm like,
yeah, he's trying to say Donald Trump isn't racist, basically.
He's trying to say Donald Trump is racist.
I get what he's trying to say with that, but no.
Yeah, exactly. But in the same token, so Jay Stokes and I were talking about this. It's just crazy how the Republican National Conference, right? Was it?
Convention.
It's funny how their speech is all about fear-mongering and divisiveness and just straight up racist. Because
and telling the untruth. And telling
the untruth.
Like saying how Trump acted swiftly to help with the coronavirus pandemic and save thousands of lives. I'm like, huh? Are you serious? What?
Exactly. Like, we all know that didn't happen because we actually have clips from January to March 14th of him saying it's going to go away. So we already know. And he kept on calling it a hoax too. But yeah, so basically it was just bad. They had one guy saying that MS-13 is going to move in to the suburbs. Like, MS-13 ain't thinking about the suburbs. I mean, it was just a bunch of fear mongering. And it's still on tonight. And tonight, Vice President Pence is supposed to be talking if he's not talking now. And I'm just like, yo, listen, I don't have time for this, man. This is just sad that we gotta, not we, but it's sad how this is on all the channels. It's like, come on, can we just vote already? I'm over it. Trump is a racist. If, ands, or but. He's a racist. He's a bigot. He's all about dividing and conquering.
Nah, he's about making himself look good. I don't think he's about dividing and conquering. He just wants to make himself look good. That's what it is.
So how does he make himself look good, though? I mean, He's looking pretty bad out here. Like, it was to the point that's so funny that I think tonight, no, not tonight, but they said that President Bush is not showing up to any of this. He don't want a part of it.
Because he got some sense, unlike Herschel Walker, like you said, also Georgia State Representative Vernon Jones, and South Carolina Senator Tim Scott. They all spoke in support of Trump. And after they spoke on the RNC, Uncle Tom started trending on Twitter, speaking about all of these people. Yep.
Yeah, man.
Did you see the thing about Uncle Tom where they said
he really wasn't a coon?
Yeah, you saw that.
Yeah, it wasn't Uncle Tom. It was actually
you heard that before.
Another character in the story. Uncle Tom actually was the hero. Yeah, I know.
Narratives, they love to create them. You know, it's so funny. They even said that the Willie Lynch never.
But I didn't watch it.
Oh, sorry.
I just, I'm ready to vote, like you said. I don't really need to see nothing. I watch another reality TV show every time I click on the news, and And then his daughter's like, she's looking for a job she can relate to fellow Americans and stuff. How?
Yeah, it's a waste, man. It's a waste.
It is a waste. It is a waste. Just like some of our Black individuals that are in media right now that should be standing up for this cause and stop caring. This is the thing. If you're a millionaire, if you're a multimillionaire and you're already set up, I don't see what the fear is in talking about these issues and really standing up for change and really pushing change, right? So this is what I mean. Yeah. Inside the NBA that airs on TNT, there's Ernie, Kenny the Jet, Charles, and Shaq. Kenny the Jet, when he was talking about what happened with Jacob Blake, he said,
I haven't talked to any of the players. I'm just like coming in, even like driving here and getting into the studio, hearing calls and people talking. And for me, I think the biggest thing now is to kind of, as a Black man, as a former player, I think it's best for me to support the players and just not be here tonight. And figure out what happens after that.
So he walked off set today. He walked off inside the NBA. And Charles and Shaq just stood there. I mean, they just sat in their seats and they didn't do anything. I'm saying we know Shaq is a cop. We already know he's a police officer. I think he has his license and everything. So he's actually a cop.
Yes.
And Charles is delusional. I don't mean to bash any Black men on our platform or Black people in general, but come on. You can't be that so focused on your job and your image that you're not
willing to
stand with your
talk about? It ain't no game. So what are they going to talk about?
They're just there talking. And I just...
They're talking right now?
Yeah. Inside the NBA is on tonight. And I'm just like, come on. At a point in time, you got to stop being afraid. I feel that the Black people that are celebrated the most in media are the ones that really do not have our back the most. I feel like they're propped up.
You mean like Terry Crews?
Damn.
Seriously, they're propped up. And it's no coincidence that the most celebrated Black people in media tend to be the ones that do not have our back.
No, I agree.
Think about it.
That's the sad part.
They like them unproblematic.
Right.
You know?
They think about
they
it.
like Black men like that. They don't show a lot of masculinity. Like they prefer when Black men dress up like women and, like they don't want a strong Black male.
No, because
they're not into that.
Yeah, it's a threat to them. And then I feel, is it just me or does it seem like Beyonce's been getting less and less coverage now ever since she went on this whole Pan-African wave?
Well, I don't know. She ain't really doing too much, but I understand what you're saying. I mean, she's still getting that check, though. Disney had to write her a beautiful check. So,
that's true.
I think as a whole, she's not really doing too much. But when she does do something, it's not really celebrated like it used to be. You are right about that. Because that Disney thing, that was like a blur. I think Disney had to promote it to get their money back. But besides that, no, they ain't really promote her. Her albums come out, they come out and leave. So they come and go the same way they come. They be out real quick. So yeah, I don't know. But you know what it's all about, man. It's all about...
that's everything nowadays, though.
Wait. Elaborate on that. What you mean by
Just
that?
too much going on for people to really care that Beyonce got an album right now.
That's true. But everybody loves that Taylor Swift got an album, though.
Yeah, 800,000.
Taylor Swift?
800,000.
Yeah, she got an album.
Who is everybody?
Your favorite, the Anglos.
Oh, okay. Because my brown ass didn't know nothing about it. So
another thing
everybody ain't checking for Taylor. There's too much going on. 2020 is ghetto.
But I will say, another thing that us brown people...
If you happen to hear it and it's good, okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, I was going to say, another thing us brown people, Blacks, that need to care about is this new Nas album that came out. Very empowering, but I feel like no one's paying attention to it.
The album is fire. Fire.
Very empowering album, Koi.
What is it?
Nas has a new album called King's Disease. Very powerful and very uplifting, empowering.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
Yeah, it came out last week.
I'm glad it's going good for him.
And then Jay-Z also came out with a song Pharrell came out with a song featuring Jay-Z called Entrepreneur. And I know you saw the music video. That's also very empowering too for blacks.
Yeah, that was dope.
I just can't stand Pharrell singing. Somebody need to tell him, shut the fuck up. Oh, no. Not be quiet. Shut the fuck up. You can't sing. Like, seriously.
A lot of people like Pharrell.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I'm
that falsetto is trash, man. Oh, yeah. He's definitely borderline. I don't know. Because
I'm problematic.
You don't got shit
on the softer side. That's how they like them. You did that Minions happy. They love them.
Yeah, exactly.
Very true, boy. Very true.
Yeah, questionable.
Yeah.
And now for a quick commercial break.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? If you like what you're hearing so far, make sure you follow us on the Chemistry Production YouTube channel. If you have any suggestions or comments on our topics, either email us on k3mistryproduction@gmail.com or leave a comment on our YouTube channel. Peace.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's Productions with an S.
I'm just saying, I'm glad that we're going to continue to be outspoken. Hopefully more people listen to our podcast. I know we've definitely been getting like a nice uptick in terms of our listenership ever since we've been getting on more streaming platforms. So I really hope that people get this message and they run with it. Everybody out there, put pressure on these police unions. Definitely lobby. Definitely go to your Congress people, go to your politicians and say, we want not just justice, we want police officers to be reprimanded, and lay out how you want them to be reprimanded. 25 to life is what I say. When you kill somebody, they need to be treated like regular citizens because that's what they are. They're not above the law. They're going to get their just due. Trust me. Even if it's not in this lifetime, they will get their just due.
Well, can I say something? I agree with you 110%, but I think I'm going to read up more on that immunity and see what that immunity, because I think that immunity actually protects them from any, what we're looking for any incidents like this.
Well, then we need to find a way to reverse it.
Yeah, because I think a lot of representatives actually, like a lot of our senators actually have the same immunity. So, we got to get to the bottom of what the hell this immunity really covers, and let's get rid of it. Because I feel like once we get rid of this immunity, then we could go after their pockets. They could go after their jobs. They're going to, you know what I'm saying? But as long as they got that immunity in front of what they do, that immunity is always going to prevent us from really affecting them. And they have to be effective because when it's all said and done, think about it. Hate to dumb it down, but think about the time. I don't know if y'all ever played a video game. Whoever played that video game, the Lego games. Whoever played the Lego games.
Oh, the Lego?
You play the Lego games?
Yeah,
the Lego games. So the Lego games, right? I play that game more than any other game. You know why? Because I have unlimited lives. So basically, just look at it like that. As long as they have immunity to do what the hell they want to do, they're going to continue doing it. But once that immunity is lifted, they're going to think twice about pulling that gun out and actually shooting that unarmed person. Because you're thinking twice. You shouldn't even have to think twice. If someone doesn't have a weapon on them, then there you go. And these cops got to start learning how to do combat, hand-to-hand combat. Like, it's okay to fight.
They can't fight.
Well,
they can't fight.
They're going to have to do something. They got to do something because when it's all said and done, all this shooting and shit, when a man's walking away, that's not a good look. Like, automatically, that should be firing right there automatically. And it's 7 times. So now you're fired because you shot an unarmed man. And then you shot him seven times? Nah, man, you fired. I want your badge. You out of here.
And you going to jail.
I don't understand. But hey, real quick, I also want to say something. So I'm not sure. I called you yesterday, Jay Stokes, and I'm not sure. But the district attorney that's in charge of the case, the Breonna case, as far as he's in charge of prosecuting the cops or whatever the case may be, he was at the RNC yesterday speaking.
Oh, well, that's not a surprise.
So he has time to speak at the RNC, but he don't have time to do the right thing. This is now what? This happened in March, right? Was it in March or?
Listen, man, all I know is with this Breonna Taylor thing, they're making a mockery of her legacy. And it's just like everybody's saying, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. It's like a meme now. Everybody's just saying it as a joke. And people aren't really doing anything. They just keep saying arrest the cops, but nothing's happened. They're still walking around. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating. All I gotta say is, gangsters, y'all say y'all about that life. Y'all ain't about that life. I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right. Well, everybody, have a good night. And yo, we see everybody next week. All right.
So go a little something like this. That's AVIOT.